Hello my lovings, welcome back to another values video here on my channel where we can talk about my Booktube goals of 2019. Now originally I planned to get this video out before 2019 due to it being a goal video, but due to certain things such as my laptop not wanting to accept the video that I recorded, I am re-recording on the 4th. So first thing I want to talk about is I'm Jacob if you're brand new here. I'm assuming that you're not because it's a goal video for a channel that most, but if you are, here, I'm Jacob. And also, if you see me looking down here, my laptop's over here and it holds the goals on my, it's written right there. So I'm just going to read a list and we're going to talk about everything on that list. And so, you have an idea what's going to be coming down the line for Booktube. Now, if you're part of SimsTube and you don't watch anything of mine for Booktube, just go ahead and skip this video. There will be a SimsTube goal video going out a little bit later on this month. Also, supposed to be going out before 2019 started, but hey, you can wait and do what you gotta do. So that will be coming out very much more specific on videos. This is much more idea based around because I have much more leeway, I think, with Booktube than I have SimsTube, which I kind of enjoy, kind of don't enjoy. But without further ado, we're just gonna jump on into the list. So the first thing is last year, when I started my Goodreads goal, it was 50 books. I read 107 books. So I surpassed that goal by 57 books. But with me being in college and stuff, and last year I was a senior in high school, which still required a lot of work. It didn't require half as much work as college does. So I'm once again lowering my goal to 50 books. So I'm not really pressured. Now I do have a 48-hour readathon that is probably it's already happened when this video goes up, and maybe, I don't know. And so I'm planning on reading like between 5 and 7 books in the month of January. So all the rest of the books, I don't feel like I'm cheating myself out of not reading a bunch of fun reading when I'm in college because I don't have a lot of time. So 50 books is the limit. Right now, I'm sure I'll surpass it, but that way I know it's an achievable goal I can reach. I don't want to put 100 because 100 was like an anomaly. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I could be majorly wrong and we could read 150 books. I would probably die. I don't know. That seems like way too many. But either way, we're going to move on to the next goal, and that is post 2 types of vlogs every month. You guys really enjoy vlogs. I really enjoy making vlogs. So it's something that I'm going to prioritize on my channel to make 2 types of those every month. Sometimes there's more, sometimes we'll maybe put out 1, but at least you guys can expect at least 2, maybe even 1 every month, and that's really fun and it's really exciting. I have a lot of fun making them, and I tend to make them about everything, so yeah, that's something to look forward to. The next thing is I do a live show periodically for SimsTube, and so I figured we'd do a live show for Booktube. We'll see how the first one goes. If not, then I'll just make a video about this, but we'll see how it goes. And it's to do a reading type live show once a season. So every 3 months we'll do a new live show and we're going to talk about our favorite books, our least favorite books. And it's just like one of those things where we have a chat discussion and we can have a lot of fun with it. I got this idea from Topia. She did it. She doesn't do live shows. She just does winter favorites and things like that. And I thought it was a really cool idea. So I'm going to very briefly go over the months and stuff that you can start looking at. The one that we're going to talk about for winter goes from December, January, and February. Spring is March, April, May. Summer is June, July, August. And fall is September, October, November. And so at the beginning of each of those months, probably like the first Saturday or something of, March, we'll have our winter live show and things like that. That way we can go through the whole month, the whole 3 months, and then we can move on. And which I'll put in the description of that live stream that's the books we're going to be talking about and things like that. So that's one thing I want to do. Another one is to create a readathon this year. I have a whole bunch of fun doing readathons. Sadly, it can't take place in the first readathon of the year, and that's Buzzword, created by Lala, Books and Lala. She created it last year. It was a lot of fun doing last year. This year, I just don't have time. It's the week I moved into college, and so I just don't have time to do so. But I want to create my own readathon. Now, currently, I have a reading/watch along of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you want to take place in that, just go ahead and watch the episodes. Watch the announcement first, and then kind of make your way through the series with me. I'll try to remember to link it at the end of this video, actually. And then, but also I want to create a different, like, readathon probably about halfway through the year is the goal. Probably June-ish, maybe even July-ish. And it'll be like a 7-day readathon, and we can have like a whole bunch of fun doing it. I love them so much. I enjoy making them, and it's a very fun time. The next one is to read, is the every other week, so every second week of the month. So we won't have one the first week, but the first week we'll have one, and then the third week we'll have these videos, is how it's going to go. Because the last two, I don't want one on the last week for some weird reason. I don't know, there's a reason in my head. I can't remember it now. But it's every other week we're going to sit down chat about the books I'm currently reading, not the books I finished or anything like that. And that is simply, that's why. Because the TBR comes out the first week. And so we're going to have that video after I set out my TBR, so we can talk about some books I'm reading for my TBR. And then the third week is right before my wrap, which come out the fourth week. I understand now. I get my headspace there. But yeah, and so we're just going to talk about my current reads. What I'm currently reading, so if you follow me on Goodreads, which I highly recommend, I always update Goodreads as much as I can. We'll talk about those books that I'm currently reading on my Goodreads. So that's really fun, it's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. The next challenge, or next goal, not challenge, is to write Satara together. So I just figured out how I'm going to be doing this with you. Satara is a book I started last year in late September, early October. We set up everything, what the book was about, I figured it out. And I was like, I'm going to vlog the whole experience, we're going to write a book together. It's going to be amazing. And instead, I'm going to do what everybody else kind of does, and that's writing updates. I'm planning on having like 3 of these a month, and things like that. The first update will be coming out very shortly from now, very soon from now, I mean. And so, a writing update is very important that I do. And so we're going to be doing, hopefully, a writing updates about that book. So if you want to know about that whole section, just wait for the first one to come out. And yeah, I'll mention again a little bit later. So another thing is something I've already put forward into my life, and that is reading every night before bed, and hopefully reading in the morning. Right now I'm kind of reading throughout the whole day, but I won't have that opportunity at school, and so I do want to have some type of pleasure reading, and so we're going to try reading every night, and things like that. I'm going to try to work around my schedule, so I'm already at the library, and so like I have my nights to myself to do whatever, and I'm going to try to start pre-recording once again on the weekends, which was something I kind of abandoned, and then I regretted abandoning it. You guys can't see my hands, but I'm doing things with them. Next thing is, last year was the books of the audio, it was the audiobooks. And now that I'm actually thinking about audiobooks, I'm going to take this rule out. I love audiobooks to a point where it's just, I love being read to. I like the feeling of being read to. I think it strengthens my childhood. Also, I like being able to consume a whole novel in a matter of hours, where I can go like for a run, or I can go walk somewhere, or I have a lot of walking I do in college, period. I tend to walk anywhere between 8 miles and like 19 miles in a week, and so that's a lot of walking. It's a lot of hours I spend walking, and so I should probably listen to an audiobook. So I'm going to take this rule out. Originally the rule was to don't listen to as many, to maybe limit myself to maybe a audiobook a month, or something like that, and this month I'm listening to 4, so I'm already failing at this. This is a goal that I'm not going to be able to accomplish, and personally, I don't really look at the reading goal. I want to accomplish my reading goal for Goodreads, but I don't look at it as like, oh, these have to be like all like, you know, these type of books. They can be any type of books, comic books, graphic novels. I don't feel anything is cheating the spectrum. Maybe you add like cooking books. No, I don't think any book, I don't think anything is cheating the spectrum. I read a really good discussion on Twitter where people were talking about what happens if I read a book, like let's say I get a beta reader or something like that, but it's not on Goodreads because maybe it's not sold to a publisher, or maybe if I read a Wattpad book, because I'm really into those, but I want to accomplish my Goodreads goal. And everybody's like, just put books on there you've already read, so you're still accomplishing your goal, and it doesn't matter. And I thought that was a really good idea, so I might start doing that as well. Because honestly, I read so much outside of actual novels that I think that might be a good thing. I think I might have a whole discussion video about that. Either way, I went on a tangent. I'm sorry. The next thing I'm skipping because I decided not to do it. And the last thing is to bullet journal every month with you guys. I didn't think this was going to be possible because I lost my tripod type thing that I record on. I found it right before the New Year's, and so now it's possible again. I'm about to buy a whole bunch of supplies for bullet journaling. I planned out all my bullet journal stuff for the spreads and stuff, and so bullet journaling is going straight ahead. This month might end up being towards the end of the month that we do a bullet journal video, and that is only simply because I'm getting supplies kind of late in the party, and I have so many other videos that are going to be going out because bullet journal was not a part of that list originally. So that's something you guys can also look forward to. Another thing I want to do is TBR challenges. Now when my TBR for January comes out, you can see that I'm going to be reversing back to these TBR challenges again, but it's that the challenges go is to read a sequel, read an ebook, read a comic/graphic novel, and read a random book, and read like an audiobook or something like that, something else that stimulates my mind. I want to read an off-genre book, in which an off-genre book to me, it's kind of like, I don't really read adult books, so maybe I'll read an adult thriller, so it's familiar, or I don't read historical fiction, so maybe that month I'll try historical fiction. I just have so many genres that I stick to that, I mean, I'm a pretty average, I'm pretty varied, a variety reader. I mean, I stick in the young adult, but even within the young adult section, I tend to read just about everything. But I want to read more middle grade. I want to read more adult. I want to spread my spectrum. I want to listen to a classic. That might be something I might add. But then again, I'm going to wait until to figure out what my college list applies to. Because even reading a classic every month is a lot more work than you can plan on, because I'm already reading so much other stuff that could be counted as classic works in college that I might not want to put my pleasure reading on hold to read a classic, even if I think maybe it would be pleasure reading. I don't know. But yeah, okay. That's it. That's the video. I know I stopped right in the middle of the sentence, but I did. That is everything I did want to talk about. I want to make sure that I go through everything. Yep. Okay, cool. There's some other things that I want to do, but I will see if I'm able to do them or not. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys all next time for another video.